As reported recently, Ukrainians dealt another enormous blow to the enemy war machine by targeting one of the largest Russian arsenals. The massive facility, storing hundreds of thousands of munitions of various types, was engulfed in flames that continue to burn for days. Euromaidan Press says, on the 22nd of April, a powerful explosion occurred at the 51st Arsenal of Russia's main missile and artillery directorate GRAU in the village of Basovo in Vladimir Oblast, approximately 70 kilometers northeast of Moscow. Despite the risk of sanctions and warnings issued by the local governor, dozens of residents published videos of the initial explosion, numerous secondary detonations, and the large-scale fire. Local authorities initially claimed that no one was hurt. Still, they were soon forced to announce the evacuation of nearby villages and the closure of the main road connecting Moscow to Kherson. The depot, spanning an area of approximately 3.5 square kilometers, was one of Russia's largest and most strategically significant munition storage sites. It reportedly housed up to 264,000 tons of various ordnance, or around 6 million artillery shells, enough for more than 1 year of combat operations. The arsenal included high explosive artillery shells, anti-tank guided missiles, ballistic rockets, and solid-fueled surface-to-surface missiles, some potentially designated for Iskander and Smersh systems, Euromaidan Press reports. Developed during the ongoing Russian invasion and first unveiled in the summer of last year, Palyanitsia is designed for precision, long-range attacks. With an operational range exceeding 700 kilometers and an estimated warhead between 50 and 100 kilograms of TNT, it can cause massive destruction to key logistical and military targets far from the front line. The attack also highlights ongoing safety concerns regarding Russia's ammunition storage practices, resulting in domino effects after initial Ukrainian strikes, as past Ukrainian strikes have often been able to trigger massive secondary explosions. The Ukrainian military has not officially claimed responsibility, but the incident aligns with previous Ukrainian operations targeting similar facilities. Since 2022, Ukraine has conducted a series of precise strikes on major Russian missile and artillery directorate arsenals, aiming to undermine Russia's logistical and military capabilities. Euromaidan Press says, among them was the 107th Ammunition Depot in Toropets, where approximately 500 tons of ammunition were destroyed. Ukrainian Commander-in-Chief Oleksandr Syrskyi stated earlier this month that these strikes on Russian artillery arsenals have already cut the Russian artillery fire rate in half. As Russia prepares for a summer offensive, the latest strike is no coincidence, meant to undermine Russian firepower capabilities ahead of their planned final offensive. Overall, each successful Ukrainian strike of this magnitude eliminates millions of shells that could be used against Ukrainian troops and civilians and to support Russian offensives. The latest precision strike comes at a key moment, destroying up to a year's worth of Russian ammunition. Euromaidan Press reports. All the while, Russia is gathering forces to launch its final offensive ahead of a possible freezing of the front line, with Russians heavily relying on massive artillery barrages to support their attacks. They will be doomed to fail from the start without the key stockpiles. The image of a devoted woman waiting for her husband at war is deeply embedded and romanticized in Russian culture. From Soviet-era songs like Katyusha to war films that depict the suffering and patience of soldiers' wives. Today, this narrative of devoted wives and partners waiting for their loved ones to return home is reinforced by pro-government media and social media, which encourage women to support their husbands unquestioningly. But behind these polished images lies a complex reality. Some women spoke to the Moscow Times about their experiences as wives of contract soldiers serving in Ukraine. Each of them who spoke on condition of anonymity maintains an Instagram blog where they share their thoughts and emotions with thousands of followers. Their diverse perspectives reflect a society where war is both glorified and feared, where waiting is both a source of pride and a private torment. For 24-year-old Yulia never wanted her husband to sign a contract with the army. I told him not to do it, but he didn't listen. He wanted to pay off our mortgage faster, she says, a hint of resignation in her voice. Before enlisting, her husband worked as an electrical consultant, earning 60,000 rubles a month. Signing the contract brought him a signing bonus of 1.8 million rubles. I joke about it online, but at night I cry, she confesses. I'm terrified every time the phone rings, afraid I'll get a call telling me he's been killed or maimed. Despite her fears, she feels trapped in the waiting game. The war is something she cannot escape, no matter how much she tries to keep up the illusion of normalcy. Maria, 31, from Nizhny Novgorod, never wanted her husband to go to war. Their marriage, once built on shared values, was shaken to its core when his stance towards the conflict changed. We were against it from the beginning, she says, her voice tinged with bitterness. We even considered emigrating. But over time, he changed his mind. The propaganda worked, even on him. When he signed a military contract, she was devastated. We had a huge fight. I begged him not to go, but he didn't listen. And now people at work ask me, why did you let him go? As if I had a choice. After he left, Maria fell into a depression. I had a full-on breakdown. I'm on antidepressants now, she says. These women are experiencing anticipatory grief, mourning someone who is still alive, explained a Moscow-based psychologist specializing in trauma, speaking on condition of anonymity due to the sensitivity of the topic. Society tells them to be strong, but denying these emotions can lead to severe psychological consequences. While waiting has always been part of war, in modern Russia it is packaged, polished, and sold as something to be proud of. Yet beneath the surface, the reality is often filled with uncertainty, fear, and loss. So Russian soldiers' families oppose the war. They are against the occupation of Ukraine. Soldiers' wives say Putin sends their husbands to deaths in Ukraine.